Just like in markets for goods, there is a negative relationship between the quantity of labor demanded and the cost. The higher the cost, the lower the quantity demanded.
Firms buy our labour, and because labour is a cost, they'd like to pay as little as possible. Agricultural firms need labour to harvest crops. In the US, much of that labour comes from Mexico, where migrant workers have sought higher wages in the US. But wages in Mexico are rising, and fewer workers are willing to make the journey and suffer the risks. As a result, there are fewer labourers available to pick crops.
TriStar Systems is a manufacturer of custom equipment. Often this is in the high-tech industry, but can be in other industries as well. That people that grow produce are now faced with a growing labor shortage. It's very hard for them to get people both in the United States and in Mexico to work in the fields to do this and then stand in 3 dozen to a line to package these. So it's now become economically viable for these people to consider automation. In fact, it probably is necessary. For example, at one point we were putting cookies in a package. The cookies came out of the oven randomly distributed on a conveyor belt. The only way to find the center of the cookie was to look at it with a vision system and tell the robot and the conveyor where the cookie was, and then the robot could pick it up very, very easily. This particular system replaced 75 workers who were plagued with repetitive motion and lower back injuries, so they could package the cookies very rapidly. We're also talking to lettuce growers. Right now, their yield out of the fields is probably 60%. They trim very rapidly and sometimes inaccurately, so a lot of leaf top and the butt of the lettuce end up just being plowed back into the field where it could have been a sellable product. So they've come to us to ask us to design a machine that will automatically trim and core the lettuce. We estimate that that will probably save 10 to 11% of the product waste.
So you can see that as the cost of wages rise, employers are tempted to hire fewer workers and, under some circumstances, replace them with automation.